going to start this off by Psalms 11, number 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstones, and in horrible tempests that shall be the portion of their cup. This shower of meteorites coming is supposed to rain down on the world for 30 minutes worldwide. I always add an hour to it because you never know. These are not ordinary meteorites. These are ones specially marked by the Lord to strike the wicked. Let me tell you a little bit more about meteorites. Meteorites pass through the Earth's atmosphere at 30 to 40,000 miles per hour or even faster. These fire stones are made up of nickel and iron, and the intensity of its heat is unmeasurable. On the other hand, they also can come down freezing cold, and that's why God states in Ezekiel 38:22, "And I will enter into judgment against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his horse and upon the many people that are with him, an overflowing rain of great hailstones, fire and brimstones." So fire and ice from above. Knowing that the brimstones could be hot or cold and is made up of mostly iron and nickel, you should know that they are highly magnetized, as well as your body has an electromagnetic field around it, and the magnometer instrument can measure the heart's electromagnetic energy up to 8 to 10 feet away from the heart. Now let's put 2 and 2 together and measure the speed of the meteorites plus how highly magnetized they are, and add a group of people running together will most definitely equal a cataclysmic catastrophe. People are not understanding that the Lord is coming back to purge the earth and all its inhabitants with fire, and this fire is to test one's sin. So people are going to be struck through by meteorites, so it seems very highly when one is looking at the facts right now in front of our eyes, and God does things in perfect order with precision, so there's not one meteorite falling randomly. They all are marked for objects and human targets. 2 Peter 3:10, "But the Lord, or the day of the Lord, will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth and also the works that are therein shall be burned up." Shall be burned up. Isaiah 4, number 4, "When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning." By the spirit of burning. Malachi 3, number 3, "And he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness by melting the scum away with intense heat and fire." Jeremiah 30, number 12 through 15, "But thus says the Lord, Thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine, and all thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek you not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable, for the multitudes of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto you." He has given you a chance to purge yourself of sin by repenting and stop sinning, so he don't have to. 2 Timothy 2, number 21 tells us, "If a man therefore purges himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, and met for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work." 1 Peter 4:12, "Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you, to test you as though something strange were happening to you." Let's hear this woman's testimony.
I believe the rain that was falling down, that was piercing my back, I believe that the Lord was showing me that was something that was going to come upon the earth, that was going to cause pain upon the people. When I was crying out to the Lord and I was saying, this is hurting me, I believe that rain was a symbol of what's coming upon the earth.
Wrap the news. Some people say they can't wait on the day of the Lord, but if they knew what I knew, they would hold it in awe like me. Some people believe that only the Gentiles is going to be destroyed. No, sir, you got that wrong. This is going to be the most horriblest day on planet Earth ever, and it's going to be the last. So, the whole entire heaven and earth is going to be consumed with fire. This earth is going to be pounded to death by meteorites and stars and everything falling from the heavens. Let's get into the scriptures about it. Starting with 2 Peter 3:7. But his word, the present heavens and earth are being reserved for fire. The heaven and the earth is being reserved for fire. Dumb Hebrews think we're going to travel back to that old tore up, used and abused Jerusalem, and we're going to make something out of that. No, we ain't. We ain't going there. That place is defiled. Why would God give that back to us? The heavens and the earth is saying is going to be reserved for fire, kept for the day of judgment and destruction of ungodly men, period. Black, white, green, or brown, yellow, or purple. Ungodly men, period. You ain't going to get a pass because you're Hebrew. Same 2 Peter 3:10-12. But the day of the Lord will come like a thief, in which the heavens will pass away with a roar. So a big boom is going to happen, and then the sky is going to open up, and the elements will be destroyed with intense heat. What elements? The firmaments. And the earth and its works will be burned up. So that's twice you hearing that the earth is going to be burned up. Since all these things are to be destroyed in this way, and this is the day of the Lord, and that day is coming very soon, because the Gentiles have entered into judgment over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, while they swimming around out there in the Mediterranean Sea, waiting to be destroyed by meteorites, like God is saying. So since all of these things are to be destroyed in this way, God says, what sort of people ought you to be in holy conduct and godliness in these last days? This is how you should be. And he's telling you, not, oh, I'm working on it, I'm trying, that ain't good enough. Because do you know that these meteorites and asteroids are marked? Did you know that every brimstone that came down and rained on Sodom and Gomorrah was marked and calculated by the Lord, and it hit precisely whom he wanted to hit? Ain't nothing random. Nothing is random. So let's keep going. So God is saying, what sort of people ought you to be in this end? It should be a holy conduct and godliness, looking for and hastening the coming of the day of God, because of which the heavens will be destroyed by burning. 3 times already, huh? So we already know. And the elements will melt with intense heat. Intense heat and burning. So how's it going to be on earth? All the grass and everything else is going to burn up on this earth. You know how hot we're going to be that day? You better get your life together. Isaiah 51:6. Lift up your eyes to the sky, then look to the earth beneath, for the sky will vanish like smoke. Just that boom that he said, that loud roar. and the earth will wear out like a garment. Why is it being wore out? Because it's being bombarded with everything from above. Everything is going to be hit with everything. All that fire that's coming from above is dropping down on us, people. And you can't wait for that day. Wow, you a bold, you know what I mean? And its inhabitants. So it's going to wear out the earth, and it's going to wear out its inhabitants. Did he say black, white, green, yellow, or brown, or purple? No, all. And its inhabitants will die in like matter. You wore out. But my salvation will be forever, and my righteousness will not wane. Revelation 9:17. And thus I saw the horse in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. Sound like a meteorite on fire. And out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. Stone is the key word after brim. Stone. Asteroids. By these three, the third part of men were killed, by the fire and by smoke and by brimstone, which issued out of their mouth. So, like I said prior, every brimstone, every fire, every meteorite that's coming down is marked by God. He knows exactly who is going to hit, when, where, and how. Revelation 8, number 8. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. A huge meteorite, a huge asteroid. And watch again, calculate it again. How many people going to die? How many people going to be marked? And how many animals is going to be die? And the third part of the sea became blood. Death. A third. See? It's just like every saint is marked. So he know the 144,000. Everybody is marked right now. And so we are and have been sorted out right now. Or where are we going? It is those to the left hand and those to the right. And we're going to get into that. Revelation 8, number 7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hell and fire, mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. So all of these meteorites, hell was hell, comets, and a third part of the trees was burned up, and all the grass was burned up. Why? The intense heat from the heavens is burning up all the grass on this entire earth. That is how hot it's going to be that day. Do you know how uncomfortable we are? Right now, we in the desert at 100 and probably 15. You know, and I can't stand it. How the hell y'all niggas gonna do hell? Second Thessalonians 1 through 8. In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God. What do you mean by know not God? Who refuse to obey. You know, you only know God, and God only know you, those who listen to him. 1 Corinthians 3:13. And listen closely to this one. Every man's work shall be made manifest. What did that mean? All these niggas hiding gay, carnal, lesbian, dyke, murder, molesters, theft, drug use, you know, all the crimes y'all done committed against people. Every man's work shall be made manifest. So all your crimes gonna be made manifest. Y'all want to know how? And this is 1 Corinthians 3:13. For that the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, with fire. And the fire shall try every man's work. Everybody. You know, anybody you know. It ain't no, oh, these are the saints, so they gonna get passed. They get a pass. It ain't no pass, people. You think, oh, I'm gonna get raptured up in the blood of Jesus, and basically we gonna meet in the sky. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all have no idea Again, everybody's deeds are going to be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is, what type, whether it's good or evil. So all of these meteorites and brimstone that's coming down, that rained on the inhabitants of Sodom and Gomorrah, is going to rain on our asses. All of our asses. It's going to rain on our asses. All of them. And you're going to be burned through. You're going to be crushed. You're going to explode when these things hit you. You have no idea how bad this day is, and you shouldn't even be wanting to see it. Matthew 18:8. Wherefore, if thy hand or foot then offend thee, cut it off from you, and cast it from you. It is better for you to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands and 2 feet to be cast into this everlasting fire. So what is, everything is fire in the end, people. God is coming back in fire. Everything is fire from above and fire from beneath us. And you know what, this earth, he said, is going to be moving north and south at the approach of the Lord. When his feet touch this earth, the planet is going to move north. It's going to split and go north and south. Do you know how many people going underground and be crushed underneath it? You know how many people are going to be struck through by meteorites, asteroids, and comets? That's the day you looking at. You don't want to be next to a sinner on that day, because they going to get hit. And if you walking hand in hand with them, you going to get hit along with them. Women always looking for a bad boy. You're going to be running from his ass that day. Matthew 25:41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand. Who is the left hand? The sinners. So it's companions of the left hand and companions of the right hand. The companions of the left hand is going to hell. So he's going to say to these companions on the left hand, depart from me, get away from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire. Why are you dealing with the people on the left hand now? The people who can't do what's right. Matthew 13:50. And shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. And I said it before and I'll say it again, that the intense pain from burning is going to make you grind your teeth together. You're going to squeeze your hand and grind your teeth, trying to take all of that pain. People think they can do crimes in hell and God going to be forgiven. You know what the fire is doing? It's testing your sin. So you can hide your fag and your dyke and your murder and your alcohol and your drugs and your child molestation and your rape. You can hide it all from people. You can hide touching people and whatever the hell else you might be doing. You can hide all that porno that you watching and all that sick stuff you into, all your swingers parties and everything you doing. But the fire gonna test your ass on the day of the Lord. And all this stuff is gonna be raining down on your ass on the day of the Lord. Where you going, sinner? Matthew 13:40. As therefore the tares, which is the weeds, which are the sinners, are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. So all of the sinners going to be gathered and burned in the fire. And lastly, Matthew 7:19. Every tree, which means person, that bringeth not forth good fruit is mown down and cast into the fire. What do you mean by mown down? In the olden days, they had a scepter that they, with a sharp edge, that they hit the grass with and cut it down. And now it's a blade. You know, God kept it all the same from there to here, that it gets mown down and the blade is swinging. Well, that's what's going to cut your ass in half on this last day. I mean, it's going to be bad. It's going to be like he said, 1,000 is gonna fall at your right hand, and 1,000 gonna fall at your left, and 1,000 gonna fall in front of you, and it ain't gonna touch you. You know, because why? You was real. You was real with it, not these fake ass Deborah Yah and Watchman Yah and imposter Dowell. You know, and all these heathen pastors and heathen, you know, they heathen. And I'll say they always mess it up for people like me that's trying to bring you a strong, good message, you know, and warn you, because like I said, about me, it ain't about anything but salvation. You know, some bitch came and made a mockery of that. You know, oh, you saying it's about salvation? It is about salvation, bitch, because nothing else matters. If you think about this day that's coming down, what he said was going to happen, it's going to be a loud noise, boom, and then the heavens is going to roll up like a scroll, and then basically it's going to be fire. The whole firmaments and everything above us is going to be on fire. So when you look up in the sky and see that fire, the other verse says men's hearts is going to be failing them. But what they seeing, you know, heart attacks right off the back, seeing that. I mean, wouldn't you, if everything above you, all these planets, the moon, everything, the stars is on fire, and now they coming towards the earth, you know, the planet hell that's coming, it says death is coming and hell follows it. And hell, that planet they call it Nibiru, you know, Nemesis, Planet X, whatever you want to call it, Wormwood, you know, it's on fire. It is made out of stones. It is fuel, you know, and basically they scientists know, NASA knows that it has a tail. They saying it's 1,000,000 miles long, a meteorites, and that is coming towards us right now. You know, while you niggas gay and carnal and child molesters and rapists and thieves and drug sellers and users, that shit is coming towards us right now. They say it's on the Kuiper belt. They know it's out there, and they getting all these missile defense systems that try to shoot down these asteroids as they come down, because they know what's going to happen to their wicked asses. Ronald Reagan back in the 86 was trying to do a Star Wars program to shoot down what's coming, because they knew it was coming. Now it's here, you know, and their asses is in hiding from God, the Most High. Raptor News.